The use of the GPI has led to a renewed interest in not just the quantity of growth, but the quality of growth.
People are looking or would like a better balance between economic well-being, social welfare and environmental health, and they feel that we're not getting that with current priorities, that the current priorities are focused too tightly on economic objectives.
The planet can go on without us, but not the other way around, and yet we're destroying the planet at the greatest rate in history to get wealth. We're kidding ourselves. It is foolish, it's short-sighted. There's a denial mechanism going on in here which says we can keep doing this when we know patently we can't. And worse still, we can leave the problems to the next generations to fix up.
Some people actually say that if the Earth were to warm by a degree, then that would be pretty good. If there were more carbon dioxide, that would be pretty good. It'd grow plants faster, etc. But these are issues which I think we have to address, but not issues of great import as of policy of today.
What are we prepared to do about the negative effects of economic growth? It's probably too early to say, but at least it's on the agenda and people are talking about it.
We've had a lot of growth, economic growth, consistently throughout the decades since the Second World War. We're perhaps 3 times better off on average. But we really have to ask ourselves, are we happier, individually and as a nation? So people might go home and ask their parents, who were alive in the 50s, and say, do you really think we, individually, as a family and as a nation, are better off now than we were then? And I think we'll find that most people say, no, we're not. And if we're not, why are we so obsessed with economic growth?
I mean, are people, when they say they don't feel they're better off, are they saying that I'd like to have less money? I don't hear too many people saying that. Or are they saying that I'd like the goods and services that I buy to be dearer? And I don't hear too many people saying that as well. I mean, people basically, they want more, and that's really what's been the driving force of civilization, if you like. People want more. They're prepared to make sacrifices to get more.
Economic growth as we currently pursue it is not sustainable. That doesn't mean that it will somehow automatically stop. What I mean is that economic growth that has any bearing to quality of life, and that includes a clean, healthy environment, is not sustainable. Because the reality is that if social conditions and environmental conditions continue to deteriorate, then more and more economic activity will be directed into attempting to address those issues. Okay, so you will still get economic growth, but it'll be economic growth aimed at fixing up problems rather than improving our well-being and our quality of life.
Our forebears have left the Earth in a better shape than broadly speaking, than they inherited it. And the way in which we ensure that happens is by having this robust economy. If we decide that in fact we're going to slow down the growth rate with a zero economic growth, then by definition we're not going to leave the Earth in a better shape, at least a better standard of living for our children or